Hello there, welcome back to Beauty Beat and welcome to my April Empties video. I also have a couple declutters that we're going to talk about at the start just because I don't have enough to make another video about it, but I wanted to at least let you guys know that these things were leaving my collection. Overall, this is a pretty small month for empties. That makes a lot of sense to me. My March empties video was probably the largest empties I've ever had, and there seems to be some cyclical motion to that, in that if I have a really good month, it tends to be followed by a pretty rough month, and then we get sort of back to normal. So let's talk about the items that I'll be decluttering first. So first we just have a little perfume sample. This is from Cartier and it's Panther. And this gives me a headache. I can't even really smell it without just immediate headache. I don't know why I decided to put that up to my nose. I can't really even tell you what the scent notes are. I think it's a little bit on the musky side, but for me it's too strong. It's headache inducing. I'm going to be tossing that. Another product that I just don't feel good about wearing is from Undone Beauty. Now, this had kind of a saga in arriving to me. Target, I purchased this through Target online and had it delivered as part of another order, and the entire order just got lost somewhere. And it told me it was delivered, and it certainly was not, so I contacted Target, I let them know after a few days, and they refunded me. Well, a few days later, so probably a week and a half after it was supposed to have been delivered at this point, the box shows up at my door. It looks rough. It looks like it's been dropped. It's kind of flattened. Luckily, there's nothing in there that would break except for potentially this. But I just have a lot of questions about where this has been, and to me this doesn't smell good. I don't know if that's actually how the product is intended to smell. I understand that Undone Beauty is a little bit of a more natural brand, and sometimes I find that their lip products, natural brands in general, not Undone Beauty in particulars, lip products tend to have a little bit of an herbal, earthen scent to them, but yeah, I just have too many questions about where this came from and what it's been through. I've used it a couple times. I just don't feel good about it, so I'm going to get rid of that as well. And then the third product is from e.l.f. This is a color correcting stick. It is a green concealer, and this is fine. I've just realized that I don't really need this. I am pretty fortunate in that I don't feel like I need to wear foundation. Not that anyone needs to, but I'm lucky enough at this point in my life to have pretty nice skin. I don't feel that I need coverage products all that often. And though redness is definitely the skin concern that I deal with the most often, this just takes a lot to cover up on my skin. Like, this is very green. Even when I blend it in, I feel like it takes quite a bit of foundation to then cover up the fact that there's this green cream on my skin. And it just ends up feeling more cakey, more overdone, and I think making my skin look less good than it would have if I just let it be. So I'm going to be getting rid of that. That's one of those products that I never use unless I'm forcing myself to use it. So I'm just gonna let it go. And I think that should be the last of the declutters. So now we can get into the empties, which are, why most of you all probably clicked on this video. So let's start with some more foil packet-y, couple use kind of products. I have quite a few of those actually. So first up we have this from Biore. This is a deep cleansing charcoal pore strip. This was just one. I got this in the Walmart beauty box. And I have used, I don't know if they were exactly these pore strips from Biore, but you know, a very similar one in the past. And my opinion really hasn't changed. I don't think that I need these. I remembered these kind of being a fun little treatment, but I thought that this was a pain to get off. Mine did not come off in one nice clean strip. I found that I had little pieces stuck here and here, and then I needed to wash them off. It felt like extra work. I didn't notice anything amazing about this treatment. Felt kind of uncomfortable to peel off. Nope. Not a fan. Will not be repurchasing, but then again, wasn't really planning on buying them anyway. Another skincare foil packet is from Glow Recipe. This is the Avocado Melt Retinol Eye Sleeping Mask. I would say that I got probably 3 uses out of this, but it was like a generous 3 uses. I think that I could have stretched it a little further into maybe 5 or 6. I think I ended up using a little bit too much each time, but I thought this was fine. I mean, I used it for 3 days, so do I look 15 years younger than I did a week ago? Let me know. But, yeah, it was nice. It seemed good. I'm a little bit worried about retinol for myself because I'm already pretty sun sensitive and I don't need anything that's going to add to that. So I don't see myself purchasing this or any other retinol products for quite a while, but it was nice to use. I don't have any complaints about it. What inspiring, insightful thoughts. I don't have any complaints. It was fine. I feel like we in the beauty community underestimate how just fine most things are. I mean, if there's a normal distribution of product performance, you know, 68% is going to be within one standard deviation of the mean, and I would call all of those products just fine. Then you can go like 1 to 2 standard deviations below. I would say that those are bad products, and that would be like 13.5% of products. And then you get beyond 2 standard deviations, and that's like 2.5%, and those are like awful. And I think that's a fair way of categorizing things. Then same on the other side, you have 68, 12.5% that are like good, and 2.5% that are amazing. So if 2/3 of my responses to products are just they're fine, I think that's right on track. We didn't need to go into that, but that was my little stats nerd tangent for the day. The next product we have to talk about is an alien mask. This is from the Creme Shop, and it's their Power Up Skin Animated Alien Face Mask. I mean, it's a face mask. I like the Creme Shop masks. I don't care if it has an alien on it or not. I don't know why that would be a selling point, but it is nicely moisturizing. I don't see any real difference between any of the Creme Shop masks except for the one that may or may not have given me a skin reaction. That was the witch hazel one, and I'm not sure if that was due to witch hazel or just bad timing on my part, if I just happened to use that and have some sun problems that caused my skin to react badly. Anyway, this one in particular is fine. I think I have one more of these, and while I wouldn't seek out this particular face mask, if I saw it somewhere for a decent price, I would be willing to pick it up. A sheet mask that I liked a little bit more is from Facetory. This is the Sun Bay Soothing Mask. It's their After Sun Mask. I have, I think, 5 or 6 of these that I got from FabFitFun, and so far, this is the only one I've used. It's a nice moisturizing sheet mask, just to begin with, and it has some aloe in it. I thought this felt really good on my skin after being out in the sun, though I didn't get sunburnt. I thought that this was still pleasant, it still felt good, and I am glad that I picked these up. I think that these will be really nice to use this summer, and hopefully I will do a good job of staying out of the sun. My skin won't hurt, and I won't need to use them, but they're a good thing to have around. Now, do I know that these were any better for my skin than maybe using, say, this sheet mask after the sun would have been? Not really. If there was a difference, I think it was largely in my head, but, you know, I feel like a lot of skincare is just in my head, so I'm fine with that. And I did get these on a good deal. I want to say that I got these for like $1 a piece, which is a price I'm fine with. If I'd purchased these at a little bit of a higher price tag, if these were, I think these are more like $6 or $7 usual regular price, then I would be a lot more questioning about whether or not this was actually doing anything above and beyond for my skin. Now we're on to legitimate took more than 2 use empties. So let's start with my one body care empty for the month, I think. What's this? Yep, this is my one body care empty. This is from La Chatelaine. This is from La Chatelaine. It is the coconut milk hand cream. I got this through Ipsy. This is a really small hand cream. This is only a half of a fluid ounce. I found this to be very, very greasy. I ended up using this more on my feet than on my hands. I thought that because it was quite greasy, it was quite oily almost, that it did a nice job on my feet. And I think it did do a good job of moisturizing my hands as well. It just, I felt like I was going to be leaving a little trail of greasy fingerprints places, and that's not really what I'm going for. So I used this mostly on my feet. It lasted me quite a while. It's a pleasant scent. This is not something that I would repurchase. Not in the market for an Anthropologie. I think they sell these at Anthropologie. Maybe I'm confusing this. Anyway, I'm not in the market for an Anthropologie priced hand cream to use on my feet. You know? You know. And then next, let's move to hair care. I have a few hair care empties. The first is something that I have talked about a few different times on my channel, so I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail on this. This is from Christophe Robin, and it is their Cleansing Purifying Scrub with Sea Salt. It is their scalp scrub. This also works as a shampoo. I liked this. It is a very pleasant product to use. It smells nice. It is a really interesting combination of being quite gritty. It has quite large salt crystals in there, but it really does lather up nicely if you use enough. I don't know what kind of witchcraft Mr. Robin is using in his lab, but this works quite nicely. I think it is a nice treatment. I kind of wonder if my hair type is really one that needs a scalp scrub. Like, I don't know, my hair is pretty fine, it is pretty damage prone, it breaks pretty easily. I kind of wonder if this can contribute to breakage, but I do like using this. I am currently working on a Yes to Tea Tree, I think, scalp scrub that does not have the shampoo element, and I don't like it nearly as much as this one, but I'm still not 100% sure that that's really a step that is truly beneficial to me, but I do like this. It's a really nice product. If you are looking for a scalp scrub, I would really try to snag one of these samples. It's a nice product. And let's see, I have 2 hair masks, and the exciting part about this is that these are my last 2 mini hair masks. I only have 1 hair mask left. It is a full size. It should last me for months and months, and I don't have a backlog of things. That's super, super exciting to me. So let's talk about this one first. This one is another product I've talked about in the past on my channel. This is from Biore. It's their Don't Despair Repair Deep Conditioning Mask. I don't particularly like the way this smells, and I don't think it does anything incredible for my hair. It's also a mask that you need to leave on for a little bit longer. This is a 10-minute mask. Not a huge problem. I just prefer more like a 3 to 5 minute. And, you know, this is a pricey product. I don't dislike it, but I don't enjoy it enough to justify anything near the Biore price tag. And then this is much, much better. This is from Ava NYC, and it is their therapy session hair mask. I purchased this in a full size. It's huge. It was only like, I want to say it was like $14 regular price, and I got it on sale at Target for like $11.20 or something. So I'm really, really happy with that price point. And I thought that this was really, really nice for my hair. I thought that I feel like it makes my hair look, well, it looks really nice, but it also feels quite soft and nourished to the touch. I find that my hair is a little bit more cooperative. It's less, you know, like it is today, and has a little bit more volume. It is a little bit smoother looking when I'm using this, and just overall, I'm really, really impressed with this. I had purchased the full size before I was even out of this, and my mom actually had the same experience. She also had one of these 2-ounce sizes, and now there's a full-size one sitting in her bathroom too. And she has much nicer hair than I do, so, you know, if you're looking at me and like, reasonably enough, your response is, why would I take any kind of hair wreck from you? Know that this has the thumbs up from someone who's probably a little bit more qualified to be giving any kind of hair wrecks. And I think that's it for hair. Let's move to skincare. I have 2 decent sized skincare empties. The first one is from e.l.f., and this is their Super Tone. It is a toner with brightening AHAs. Hard to read that piece of packaging, but this lasted me for quite a while. I used this sometimes in the morning, sometimes in the evening. I don't know, actually. Well, you're only supposed to use it in the evening. I used it in the morning once in a while. I don't think I ever used it twice a day, so I'm probably good. Maybe not. I don't know how skincare works. But again, like so many other products, I don't know that this really did a whole lot for me, but this put me on the path of doing my full skincare routine when I actually used it. It's the first thing that you do following cleansing your skin, and when I used this, I felt like 98% of the time I would then go and continue to use serums and moisturizer, whereas sometimes I'll just stop with cleansing. So it puts me on a good track, and I think I'm going to continue using a toner for that purpose. I don't think I will probably purchase the e.l.f. one again. I think that I will likely aim for something that's a little bit more on the moisturizing side and something that I could use AM or PM. So I'm working on a Sukin one right now that fits the bill. I think that one's a little bit more expensive, so I don't know if I would repurchase that either, but I think I will be repurchasing a toner. I'm just not sure what toner it will be. And then here is my other skincare empty. This is from Clinique. It is their Moisture Surge 100-hour auto-replenishing hydrator. This is another product I've talked about in the past on my channel. This is a gel moisturizer. This was a half-ounce size, I think. Is it going to tell me? Yes, 15 mils, so half an ounce. And I really do like this moisturizer. I think that in the past I've said that if I were to purchase a high-end moisturizer, it would probably be this one. And I think it's still probably true. However, I don't feel as strongly about this as I did the last time that I used it, which was, I actually don't remember when that was. Several months ago at this point, but I still liked it a lot. I think that between this one and the Neutrogena, is it the Hydro Boost Gel Moisturizer, I would probably end up choosing the Neutrogena one just because you can get that one at a little bit of a lower price tag. It's the kind of product that I can actually get good coupons for, snag it on good sale pretty regularly, whereas this I would need to be a little bit more on top of things in order to catch it on a sale. But this is really nice. I would recommend it if you do like gel moisturizers. I feel like it is nicely hydrating without feeling weird on the skin. There's no sort of oily feeling. It sinks in really nicely. I like my skin feeling a little bit wet after I apply moisturizer. Not oily, not greasy, just a little bit wet, and this really fits the bill. So now let's get to my makeup empties. These fall into two distinct categories. First, we have two mascaras. These probably aren't real empties in that I'm sure I could get more product out of them, but they've reached their best by date. I started to notice some changes with each of them, so they're gone. Let's start with the better of the two mascaras, which is from Rare Beauty, and this is, it's just their mascara. I don't think they have more than one. This is in the black, and this is a mini that I got in, I think, a Sephora Favorites kit. The packaging on this is really nice. It's this really, really super light pink. It's got that soft touch, Narsy feeling packaging to it. And I found that this was a good all-around mascara. Let me show you the brush. Pretty standard brush, maybe a tiny bit of an hourglass shape, but nothing too out of the ordinary. I found that this could work on my top lashes, it could work on my bottom lashes, I could build it up with 2 or 3 coats, I could leave it be after 1 coat and have it be fine. It wore nicely, it removed easily. I really liked this mascara. This is one that I would absolutely purchase another little favorites kit for, or snag if I saw it as a point perk or whatever. I don't like paying for mascara anymore. I've been so spoiled with gifts with purchases and free samples and stuff that I'm just not interested in purchasing mascara for quite a while, but this was a really good one. This is probably up there with the It Cosmetics Lash Blowout as my favorite mascara. It was a really good one. One that was not nearly as good, despite the very high price tag, is from YSL. This is their Lash Clash mascara. I have the black one. First of all, this is huge, and it doesn't need to be. There is no reason that a mascara tube needs to be this big. The brush is kind of just one of those messy looking brushes that I find tends to give you pretty clumpy looking lashes. I will say this was not as clumpy as you might assume it would be based on the brush, but I didn't love this mascara. I thought it wore nicely, but it was just always a pretty dramatic look. It was a little bit on the pretty clumpy side. It made your lashes look very full, it made them look very thick, but it always looked like you were wearing a lot of mascara, and this was just pretty much out of the question to wear on your bottom lashes. It was too much for that. This was not a bad mascara. It is something that I kept open for the full 3 months and used pretty regularly during that time. It just wasn't a great one, and at that price point, this is like a $35 mascara or something stupid like that. it needs to be amazing. It's just not. And the last 3 items that I have to talk about are all lip glosses. 2 of these have been in project videos, so I'll go through them pretty quickly. This is the Tarte CH2O gloss. I have mine in the shade Villa. This is just a mini. This is a little bit on the thicker side for a lip gloss. It's not crazy sticky. It's more the kind of thickness that can be moisturizing and means that it stays around for a decent period of time. It's not something that disappears off your lips in an hour, even if you haven't been eating or drinking the way some lip glosses are. It has a nice amount of pigment to it. I was at one point considering purchasing a set of these, and I'm just kind of glad I didn't. I tend to prefer something that's a little bit thinner, and this is an okay to good product. It's just not wowing me. So I've used it up. I'm glad I used it up. I'm glad I tried this formula, but it's not something I would repurchase. Next, we're moving to a product that I really, really do like. This is from Nars, and it is their oil-infused lip tint. The one that I have emptied is in the shade Primal Instinct. Now, compared to the Tarte one, this is a much lighter gloss, and it has almost like a little bit of a gel consistency to it. Well, that's a weird consistency, probably because it's been sitting in the bottom of my bathroom cabinet for close to a month at this point, but it has a nice amount of shine, but it has some sheerness. This is not sticky at all. This is the kind of lip gloss that can wear away pretty quickly, but it has such a nice level of moisture. It just feels so comfortable. It looks really pretty that I don't even care. This is probably my favorite lip gloss formula. It is kind of expensive, but if you can find this on sale, this is one that I would definitely recommend. And then the last product I have to talk about this month is from Huda. This is the Silk Balm, and it looks like I have a little bit left, but I could not get any out. Though it's been a few weeks at this point, so, you know, if I tried again, I would probably get some out, but it would probably be kind of gross, sort of like the Nars lip gloss was. Anyway, I think that I would have liked this a lot more if my lips and my skin in general had been in just a tiny bit better shape over the past few months. With the skin reaction that I talked about earlier, my lips were more affected than any other area of my face probably, and this just hurt going on. But, and this is a really big but, after I got it on, I felt like I could move my mouth again. Like, my lips were so inflamed at times that I felt like I couldn't talk or smile without splitting. And when I was using this, I would not have problems with splitting. I could move my mouth normally again. It just hurt for a minute or two after I first applied it. So this is a really good product. I think now that my lips are not great, but significantly better, I probably would have enjoyed this more. I'm not sure if I would go out and buy another one of these, but it is something that would definitely be on my list if I had that same reaction at another point and I found that the lip balms that I had at the time weren't doing it for me. This would be the first thing that I would go out and try. So a successful month for Empties, I think. I had some makeup, which is always exciting. I think I should actually have some makeup next month as well, which is even more exciting. Yeah, there were some good things in here. There were some really good things in here. I mean, there was the Nars gloss, which was great. The Huda Balm was quite good, I would say. The hair mask was great. The Facetory sheet mask for after sun. I feel like a lot of the time I just have a big box of things that were just okay, but there were some real winners this month. Anyway, I would love to know what you finished up this month. If you have worked on any of these products and you have thoughts to share that you think would be helpful for someone else, I would much appreciate it if you left that in the comments as well. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Please consider liking and subscribing if you did, and I hope that I will see you all in my next video. Bye!